fun, right? Okay, well, we're going to make it fun this week. Before we get started, I'd like to do a special thank you to my sponsors, Lakeshore Learning, Kaplan, Playgrounds, etc., Whipley, Kaplan Early Learning, Shine Early and Acelero, as well as Lena, and the many more who has helped in funding and to make this week what it is for each and every one of us. So I thank you. So without further ado, we're going to get this institute started, and we're going to start with our color guards. If you would, open your program. The agenda is on page 19, and I will call up our guests once the opening ceremony has been completed. All right, welcome to the 2024 Arkansas Head Start Association Collaboration Office Institute. Thank you.
Would you join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance, please, and stand? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs
Thank you. That is the Arkansas Army National Color Guard. Let's give them a hand. At this time, I'm going to ask for our panel to please come to the stage. We will follow the agenda as written on page 19. Let's give our panel a hand. Sorry. Okay, and we have on our panel today Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders and Kenneth Gilbert. Kari Garvin will be joining us this morning as well as Director for the Office of Head Start. We also have Joseph Laster from the Dallas Regional Office as well. And then our guest speaker today, Robert Lemon. Let's give them a big hand. We're going to go ahead and get started today. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce the governor for the state of Arkansas. Inaugurated on January 10th, 2023, she is the first woman to serve as governor of the state and currently is the youngest governor in the country. Since taking office, Sarah has enacted transformational conservative reforms. Those include Arkansas Learns, a sweeping overhaul of Arkansas's education system, including higher teacher pay and universal school choice, public safety reform to invest in prison space and get repeat offenders off the streets, tax cuts to give more taxpayer money back to Arkansans, the Natural State Initiative to grow Arkansas's outdoor economy, and reform to streamline state government. In just her first 100 days, Sarah believed the Republican response to she delivered the Republican response to President Joe Biden's State of the Union address, offering a bold vision for a new generation of conservative leadership. Prior to her historic victory, Sarah served as White House press secretary for President Donald J. Trump from 2017 to 2019. A trusted confidant of the president, she advised him on everything from press and communication strategy to personnel and policy. Sarah was only the third woman and the very first mom to ever hold the job of White House press secretary. Sarah joined the Trump campaign as a senior advisor in February of 2016 during the Republican primary and continued in that role through the president's historic victory that November. She has previously worked in leadership roles for U.S. senators, governors, and presidential campaigns. In Arkansas, Sarah was a senior advisor to the U.S. Senator Tom Cotton's 2014 victorious campaign and was campaign manager for the U.S. Senator John Boozman winning campaign in 2010. Wow, what a history. In 2007 and 2008, Sarah helped lead her father, former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee, to victory in the Iowa caucuses and 7 other states as his national political director. Sarah also served as the Department of Education during President George W. Bush administration. She has been recognized in the Fortune and Time magazine 40 Under 40. Sarah is the author of the New York Times bestseller, Speaking for Myself, a former Fox News Channel contributor and served on the Fulbright board. Sarah grew up in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and Texarkana is a proud graduate of the Little Rock Central High School and Ouachita Baptist University. She lives in Little Rock with her husband, Brian, their children, Scarlett, Huck, and George, and definitely their golden retriever, Traveler. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in bringing forth the governor of the state of Arkansas, Sarah Huckabee. You are awesome. Okay.
Good morning. We might have to find an abbreviated version of that bio, Jackie, to save you a little time next time. It is such an honor to be here. Good morning. And thank you, Jackie, for the introduction. It is such an honor to be here with so many advocates and educators to kick off this year's Arkansas Head Start Association. Head Start is such a critical program for young kids in Arkansas and around the country, and we are so lucky that we have somebody as dedicated, skilled, and qualified as we do in Jackie to run our Head Start collaboration office. And she's not new to this business. Jackie's been doing this for the past 12 years, and every single day she still brings that same level of commitment and enthusiasm, and we would not be here without you. Thank you, Jackie, for the incredible work that you do. Yeah. I'll always pause for people like Jackie to get a little bit of applause. Certainly know they deserve that recognition, because anybody knows how committed she is to making sure every Arkansas child receives a quality early childhood education. And that's why I'm proud to have her on my administration's early childhood committee, where she's helping us craft policies to bring these resources to every single community across our state. I'm excited to address this conference because I know how critical early childhood education is to kids' future academic careers, and frankly, to the entirety of their life. Of course, study after study proves this important fact, but I also know firsthand as a mom of 3 kids. As Jackie mentioned, I have 3 children, Scarlett, Huck, and George. They are 12, 10, and 9, and so we are living the daily challenges of education at our house every moment. And I know how important it is for my own kids to have that opportunity to socialize, to get used to a classroom, and to take the first steps on their journey through school in those early moments of early childhood education. And during the pandemic, when my kids were stuck at home, I coordinated with my brother and we started our own little homeschool. And we got to know a little more hands-on even than we wanted to during that time, just how important that foundational early education was. At the time, our kids ranged from 2nd grade all the way down to a 2-year-old, so it was a little bit chaotic at our homeschool. I can't say that we gave the same level and quality education that they were receiving in regular school, but I can say we gave a lot more recess and certainly a lot more teacher appreciation days during our homeschool period. But more importantly, that experience gave me great insight into what our teachers and early childhood educators deal with every day, and an even greater appreciation for the challenges that they face in the classroom. It's hard, and you deserve the support you need as you nurture and develop our most vulnerable kids and families. When we were working on the LEARNS Act, we knew we wanted to put a focus on early childhood education. And as we consulted with experts around the country, the biggest problem we identified was that the industry was incredibly siloed, with wildly different standards across a variety of facilities. Parents are blessed with a diversity of options, with everything from mom and pop operators all the way up to some of the biggest institutions in the state. But if those groups don't talk to each other and establish some common standards, parents won't know how to best serve their kids. Of course, that's a big part of what you're doing here today, meeting and learning from one another. But Head Start shouldn't be the only ones in the state doing it. One of the provisions in LEARNS I'm most excited about is called Local Leads, and it's a laser focus on this issue. Local Leads will identify gold standard early childhood programs in every part of our state, eventually reaching all 75 counties. It will also help us find gaps in coverage so we know where and how to best send additional resources. When a new early childhood facility starts, or when a parent is looking where to send their kid, they'll know the standard to set against every other institution. Luckily, There is no shortage of gold standard early childhood educators in Arkansas. In fact, many of those educators are with us here in the room today. Head Start educators aren't just providing some of the best early childhood education in our state to more than 5,000 kids, they're also doing it in our most at-risk communities for our most at-risk kids. When we're looking for models for Arkansas, we don't need to look much further than what you've built right here. That's why I'm excited to be here today, to welcome you to Little Rock, and for each of you to continue to learn even more from one another and become even better educators. Above all, and most importantly, I am here to say thank you. I know the job that you are doing each and every day is not easy, and I know the kids that you teach often come from very difficult and challenging backgrounds. But I also know the incredible impact that you've created, not just in the day-to-day for each of these kids, but for the rest of their lives. So thank you for being here. Thank you for the opportunity to address you here this morning, and thank you for your work on behalf of all of Arkansans and all of our kids. God bless you, and I hope that you have a great time here at this conference.
We invited the governor last year